Welcome to the Singers with Wings experience.
Fly with me, won't you?
Hey yo, Scott Hall is still in our thoughts, in our prayers, his family. We send them our love and our condolences. Once again, we say thank you, Scott Hall, for giving us all the awesome, wonderful, great memories. You are in our hearts, you are in our thoughts, and you are in our prayers. Rest easy, rest in paradise, rest in power, rest in peace. Thank you, Scott Hall. Once again, we say thank you, Scott Hall. Thank you. Let's talk about Impact Wrestling. This was a up and down type of episode for me. It really was. And I don't know I just don't know. The decisions that they made last night were just so fucking stupid. Some of them were, and we'll talk about that when we get there. Nothing really newsworthy on this episode. It wasn't really that newsworthy outside of the main event, but we'll get to that when we get there. So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's go ahead and get started. So we kicked the show off with the graphic showing Scott Hall, and it's still hard to even accept that Scott Hall is gone. It's sad though. It really is sad. So we kicked the show off with a match. First match of the night. It was a banger. Bullet Club versus the Motor City Machine Guns. Jay White and Chris Bay. Now, this is where some fuck shit happens. So we go towards the end of the match, right? And Sabin and Shelly, they hit the skull. They hit skull and bones for the 1, 2, 3. But Jay White, he breaks it up, and the referee, being a dumb fuck, didn't even reverse the decision or make do a rematch, restart the match. And I hate shit like that. It's just dumb as shit because it doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. I don't know why these referees are so fucking dumb, and it's across all wrestling promotions: Impact, MLW, AEW, WWE. It just doesn't matter. Second match of the night: Steve Maclin versus Rhino. Maclin wins via the spear, the gore. So that was some funny shit right there. Then we get a reuniting of Heath and Rhino. This takes me back to 2016 when they were both with WWE, facing off against the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So they have reunited again, and they're going to go after the Impact World Tag Team Championships. So, I mean, it's something for them to do, but I do think it's time for Rhino to kind of hang it up. That's just me. I have nothing against Rhino, but I think after this year, this should be it for him. I feel like he needs to kind of go into more of a producer role. that's just, my thinking. Then we get a backstage promo by Honor No More. And then Alicia Edwards, she comes in to play, and her and Eddie have a conversation, and Alicia's like, look, you're going down the wrong path. Taven's not going to beat Josh Alexander. And, she was saying that she's still for Impact. And Eddie's like, look, I've turned my back on them. And that was that. So, it is what it is. I do think in due time, Alicia will join Honor No More, I would imagine. Third match of the night, Larry D versus Progender. Progender wins via the spear off the top rope, which is fucking awesome. I think he's like 240, I think. Something like that. I don't know. Also, Brian Myers was on commentary in the post-match. He dips the fuck out because he sees W. Morrissey. And then Rajing, he's out there. He shakes the hand of Progender, but Progender shoves him. He's like, get the fuck off of me. And then he runs into Morrissey, who does the BQE through the announce table, which was fucking awesome. Then we had a promo by Josh Alexander. He was backstage with Gia Miller. Says that he's focused on Rebellion. And says that he's going to beat Matt Taven. He's going to end Honor No More. Then we also have another backstage segment involving Scott D'Amore and the Good Brothers. And they were saying, look, we want our rematch with Violent by Design next week. Scott D'Amore says, okay, cool, that's fine. But you're going to be out there with 8 teams. And they're like, you're going to be out there with the entire tag division. And they're like, what the fuck? And Scott's like, well, because it's going to be a lumberjack match. Then whoever wins, it will be an 8-team match at Rebellion. I'm like, what the fuck? That is some WWE-esque type shit there. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It's just a bunch of fuckery. You mean to tell me we can't have just a regular tag team match, 2-on-2? It's gonna be a clusterfuck. Moving on. Next was Deonna Purrazzo versus Lady Frost versus Giselle Shaw in a triple threat match for the ROH Women's World Championship and the AAA Reina's Championship. Deonna retains. She wins via the Queen's Gambit. There was some fuckery in this match as well. There was a part in the match where Purrazzo had an armbar locked in on Shaw, and then I believe Lady Frost locked in, I want to say, like a leg submission, and Shaw got to the ropes, and the referee was, starting to make a count, and it's like, what the fuck? It's a triple threat match. There's no rules, so there's no rope breaks. I just don't get shit like that, but, it is what it is. Then we had a backstage promo by Mickie James, talking to Gia Miller. Then she was interrupted by Chelsea Green, who says she's going to have her back next week in the street fight for the Impact Knockouts Championship against Tasha Steelz, which should be pretty cool. It'll probably be the main event for next week's show. So I do think with this segment, I do think that we probably will see a heel turn with Chelsea turning on Mickie James. It just seems right. I feel like that's what they're building towards. Tension is there anyway. It does make sense. So there's that. Then we had some fuckery involving Swingers, Johnny Swingers, School of Wrestling, which is some dumb bullshit. Then we had Jonah versus Zicky Dice squash match. He wins with the tsunami, that being Jonah. Then post match, Jonah tosses out Dice, and then out comes PCO on a fucking stretcher. He comes out, he sits up. Jonah's shocked as fuck. The two of them start to brawl. Takes off his neck brace. They brawl, and they were separated by security and referees. And then then PCO does his signature, I think, leg drop or whatever, or senton or whatever, taking out everyone except for Jonah. And then both of them stare each other down. So I do think that'll be a match for Rebellion. Hopefully it'll be like maybe a last man standing match or a no DQ, something along those lines. You can't just have a regular match, in my opinion. Then we had Masha Slamovic versus Aerie. She wins via the snowplow for the 1, 2, 3. I'm loving what they're doing with Masha. I'm really digging her. I love how they're building her up, though. And who knows? She could be the one to dethrone Tasha Steelz. Who knows, you know? Then the main event, Josh Alexander versus Matt Taven with Maria Kanellis, who was on commentary. Josh Alexander wins via the C4. And then he celebrates, and then we go to Moose. So he's driving up to Josh Alexander's house. He rings the fucking doorbell, and he has the contract, talks to his wife and kid, and Moose says to Josh's son, "Hey, look, tell Dad I said hi." And that was that. So, yeah. So it was a pretty decent little episode of Impact, minus the dumb booking decisions they had this week. But it was, it was a pretty okay episode of Impact. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for my videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
To the end.